Kyle, after 3 really good performances in the past week, and then we've lost today, how frustrated are you?
Yeah, big time. I mean, I was really upbeat coming into the game today, really looking forward to it, especially when I got here to see the brilliant work that the volunteers have done on the pitch over the past week or so. It was in really good nick given you know, how it has been. I am frustrated. We're obviously not at that level yet where we can go and string you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins together. Saturdays clearly took a lot out of the boys. Saturday, you know, was a monumental effort from everybody. They put the bodies on the line, and it was a 95-minute job, and people have hobbled off, and it took a lot out of them. I thought we warmed up really well tonight, and you sometimes can get a hint of how things are going to go from how your side warm up. I thought they were really good in the warm up, but then obviously we got off to a really poor start with the penalty after about a minute or two. They surprised me actually. I thought they were really good tonight, Newcastle. They moved the ball around really well. They surprised me. They were miles better than what we were. And as I say, I think on reflection, I think the weekend probably took a lot more out of us than what I thought it had.
The defending was quite lackadaisical compared to Saturday. Do you think it was just there? You know, the 2 lads up front were really strong. Their winger was really quick. Do you think it was just, you know, maybe a blind side to the defence tonight?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I thought they were really good, especially up there. They were a handful, and the 2 big lads were a handful, and the little lad, I think the number 7 he was brilliant. He was really lively. Always looked to get on the ball, and every time he got the ball I thought it was going to make something happen. Listen, Rhodesy and Deegan have been absolutely outstanding, and I mean off the page outstanding for the past 3 games, and they both looked today like the weekend had hit them. They were poor in possession. They looked like they'd been thrown together off the street sort of thing, and I ain't going to be too critical of them at all, because they've been 2 of our standout performers all season really. But they'll know they weren't up to speed. They weren't on their own. They were far from it. I thought, you know you're struggling when Steve Woolley's struggling on the ball. Woolley was poor tonight, but we're asking the players to go over and above for the club at the minute. So I understand that it's difficult. We don't have the bodies. I mean, tonight, given how the weekend went, could potentially have been a night to maybe mix it up, selection-wise a little bit, to get a few fresh legs in. But we just don't have the bodies, and it is what it is. The boys will be disappointed with the performance for sure. They were, they've all come in with their heads down. They come in with their heads down at half time. It was almost like they were beat at half time, that they knew they'd not got that next gear to go in and turn it around. But that's what it's going to be like. So yeah, I don't want to be too critical of them at all. You
mentioned that we haven't got the bodies, but one that went off tonight, Max Penton, with a nasty gash on his eye. What's his situation? Do we know will he be out on Saturday?
I don't know. He's gone to hospital because he's a little bit concussed. He's another one that's been outstanding, putting his body on the line. For me, for the club, he wanted to stay on. It really rattled him. I don't know how the referees missed it. The officials were poor tonight, really poor. They knocked on the change room door late, so we kicked off late. They didn't tell us how long to add on at the end of each half to put the board up. They matched our performance, so I can't be too critical of them because we didn't deliver either. But yeah, they didn't cover themselves in glory at all either.
And next up, Sutton Coldfield. Will we be going into that game with a little bit of revenge for what happened down in Birmingham the other week?
Yeah, I mean it's not too much about revenge at all. It's another game, another home game where we were looking to get a win on the board. I thought we let ourselves down at Sutton Coldfield the other week. We're a slightly different proposition to what we were then. The team's changed slightly, obviously, with the skipper moving on. Pat's obviously we wish all the best to, and Mitch suspended, Vank suspended. So it'll be a different side to what they faced a few weeks back. Listen, we are mega inconsistent. We have been all season. There's no quick fix for that. So as far as I'm concerned, tonight's gone. I don't want to say that the players have earned an off night, because that's not how football works, but with how they have been performing, it's not the right thing to do to get on top of them, because they've been brilliant.
Sutton have been unbeaten since they played us. what needs to change from tonight's performance to get a result on Saturday?
Everything. So we're changing people's seasons around, don't we? Yeah. Listen, I think our boys need to be a lot better on the ball. We spoke about how much better the pitch looks when we got here. Again, a huge thank you to the volunteers that have got it in a playable state for tonight. We need to be better on the ball for sure. I thought we were a little bit sort of like hot potato type tonight, where the players seem to be panicking a little bit on it. But the good footballers, you know, they're more than capable of getting on the ball. They do it in the warm-up, they do it at training. So they have to be better on the ball. We have to work good areas a little bit better in and around the box. I don't really think we've had a real clear-cut chance tonight, apart from Macca's, which we could have pinched a 1-1 at half-time. So yeah, you know, we've got to change an awful lot from tonight's performance, because we were nowhere near that level. But it's obviously a lot easier to get them back up for it, having performed over the past couple of weeks. So that's what we'll be looking for, to get that bar set back to where we were at Belper.
I suppose a big positive that overshadows the whole result is the fantastic work from Oliver Banyard pre-match. Obviously completing his 18.61 mile sponsored cycle. Have you got any words for Oliver about the situation?
Unbelievable. It's you know, there's so many people pulling together to help the club at a struggling time. Sadly, it does happen too often with work stop, as we know. But this time, obviously, with Pete committing to take us on, if we can reach that target, there's a real light at the end of the tunnel. Young Ollie was great, nearly ran me over 3 or 4 times. I got here really early because I didn't want him missing finish it, actually. Yeah, and obviously I'm really proud that there are people like that out there that are willing to help. He's only 8. It's an unbelievable effort. I believe he's doing really well with his cycling, so obviously we wish him you know, all the best to go and carry on doing something that he loves. And we can only thank him, you know, that he's put that talent to use to help us out when we need him to. So yeah, from everybody. I mean, a lot of the boys have sponsored him, so everybody, you know, would personally like to thank him.